God, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by NZXT and Intel, very graciously, thank you very much. I present my 3 PC setup for streaming. Now, before we get into the details of everything, I just want to say a quick shout out to NZXT and Intel for one, being crazy flexible with all my ridiculous demands for this thing to make it work exactly how I wanted. There's some capture hardware in here that's pretty specific. Processors in all 3 are very specific. I asked for an exact list, and Intel and NZXT delivered in an absolutely insane way. So thank you guys very, very much for all of your help in creating one of the craziest setups I think I've ever seen. The fact that it's in my studio is, I'm super lucky. So thank you very much. Big shout out to you guys. YouTube comment section, or if you're in Twitch chat, some claps for them. I appreciate it. Now, before we get into the details, I want to be sure that people understand why 3 PCs for content creation versus 2 or 1. There's a bunch of different options. Let's start all the way over here on the side. This is the gaming PC. Contains a 10900K that is overclocked, plus one of NVIDIA's brand new RTX 3090 cards, which honestly is the biggest GPU I've ever seen. There's comparison images and videos and stuff out of those things standing up next to similar cards from previous generations, and it makes them look very, very small. But on a single card setup now, it should prevent any SLI issues that I maybe ran into in the past. Plus the 3090 is far and away so much more powerful than everything else on the market right now. This thing blows every other machine that I have out of the water, bar none. It is absolutely incredible, and they went above and beyond to deliver an experience that I'm sure will be pretty much unmatched. I can't imagine anything that'll beat this thing. Now, in the middle, this is the recording PC. This is the one that's going to do a lot of the actual on-screen and local recording work. In here is a 10th Gen 10980XE processor and a RTX 2080 Ti. Now, the reason for the separation between these two, because this one right here is the streaming PC. This sole job of this machine is going to be to send data directly to Twitch. It'll be 1080p 60 output at as high settings as I can possibly push, with no other workloads basically on it. I'll be able to separate between this one and this one. Alerts, instant replay will be on here, because for Twitch streaming, for live streaming, those things need to be separate, because this guy will be able to record locally without those certain overlay pieces, stuff that you don't necessarily want to put on YouTube, at a higher resolution and frame rate, because its sole purpose is going to be to save a copy of everything locally. I'll be able to push the bitrate way higher than what Twitch could allow in ingest. Their cap is 8K right now, and really above 1080p 60, got kind of difficult to push clean quality, especially games like Escape from Tarkov, where you have a lot of pixel changes and stuff and you're moving through foliage. Those things, those details get lost, because encoding at medium or fast, those settings in OBS and just the H.264 encoder, they run into issues if you're trying to do a whole ton of different things at the same time. Plus, if your processor really can't handle it, then you run into a problem. That's why this one has a 10980XE, and this one also has a 10980XE. I'm going to be trying to push maximum quality through both of these for both live streaming, what people see live on Twitch, and after the fact, a copy of that will be uploaded to the cloud directly to my editor, Steve, who is editing this one. Thank you, Steve. That way he has instant access to higher resolution, higher frame rate, higher quality recordings of the entire stream. He can cut those and put those right on YouTube. So not only will the quality on stream be better because the amount of power in this bad boy, but this one will be able to save locally in a way that I can't do right now with my current setup. I just don't have the power, and Intel obviously are delivering that and then some. I'm super excited to get these things hooked up. Again, big shout out to Intel, NZXT for giving me the opportunity and really working through a partnership that is very clearly a two-way street. We've been able to help each other out in ways that I didn't think we'd be able to, and they've delivered on a ton of ideas that I had, and there's still stuff in store, don't you worry, we have a bunch more in the pipe. But this right here is kind of the cream of the crop. I hope you enjoy, and seriously, thank you again, Intel NZXT, for jumping on board with a really ridiculous, over-the-top, incredible idea that I've wanted to be a part of for a while.